Hello, hi, how are you? My name is Chris. I'm from Poland, and I'm supposed to talk about hitchhiking. I didn't hitchhike that much myself. I did a little bit of hitchhiking, and and I always enjoy it. I always had very uh, good memories from that, except long waits. In some places you have to wait very long in a strong sun, or maybe in a rain. No, in rain I never hitchhike, but in a strong sun it's not pleasant. But it's a nice way of like getting into the local culture, because you meet local people, you talk with them. Sometimes they take you to the places you never plan to go. They just stop somewhere and explain you things. When it comes to bad experiences, I never really had any. Maybe if I hitchhike more, maybe something would happen, but it never ever happened to me. Nothing bad. But you know, I'm a bloke. I'm a man who is like nearly 2 meters tall, 191 centimeters, three feet six no 6 feet and 3.5 inches. And so I guess it's a different story for women. But I'm not a woman, so I cannot tell you what it is to hitchhike as a woman. But from my perspective, my personal experience, never ever anything bad happened. And of course, you know, there are different countries. They are better for hitchhiking, and there are other countries which are not so good. I tried hitchhiking once here in Bangladesh, and it worked. Eventually, but it took me some time. But I don't think Bangladesh is a very good country to hitchhike. People don't get the concept of that here. And most vehicle here, they are some kind of paid transport. So it's very hard to hitchhike here. Because like it was very funny, because people were coming to me from like houses, villages, and they were like pointing me where the bus stop was. They were actually stopping the bus for me. So, and transport here is not that expensive. So, but I wanted to do it for the experience, and it was more frustrating than that nice. Like I said, in the end, I got one ride. I don't think I'm still going to travel here for a few days, but I don't think I will do it again. And the people who stopped, it's funny thing, they were some kind of YouTube bloggers, so they actually filmed me and asked some questions. Like right now, the guy is over here. From my perspective, it was good experience always, but people like always say that be careful, because you never who stops. Especially, I think it's especially for women. It's a bit sexist statement, but I guess that's true. I remember, it was many years ago, Thailand. But Thailand was a very strange country, because in the south, it was very hard to get a ride, very hard. And then in the north, usually the first, second, or the third cart was stopping. Here in Bangladesh, it's also very interesting that when you walk as a foreigner with backpacks along the road, now and then actually you don't hitchhike, you just walk, and people stop, especially people on the bikes, and they ask, "Do you want a lift?" And it's interesting, because here in Bangladesh and also in India, people are not familiar with the word hitchhiking. It's like when I was talking about hitchhiking, they were like, "Oh, hiking in the mountains." Like, no, hitchhiking. Because people here, they call it, sometimes they call it lift, like British, they call it like get a lift. My passion is like trekking in the mountains. So most of the time I hitchhike, it was like when I was coming down after the hike, I was coming down from the mountains, or I was trying to get to the mountains where there is no public transport. So there was no option. I couldn't take a bus. So I was just hitchhiking like, 5-10 kilometers, and that's my favorite spots to hitchhike. Not the highways, just the small roads. Years ago I visited Iceland, and the problem with Iceland is lack of public transport, because there's like a island, and they have the road which goes around the whole island. They call it a ring road. And around Reykjavik, the capital of the country, there is a few buses every day. But when you go farther from the capital, the buses are not that frequent, and at some point there's only one bus per day. So if you want to travel by public transport, at the beginning in the morning you take the first bus to the first place you want to visit. You get off the bus, visit the place. I don't know, it's some waterfall or a cave. Takes you half an hour or 45 minutes or something like that. And then you want to go to the next destination, but the next bus is tomorrow, so you have to hitchhike. And that was a good country to hitchhike. It was safe, quite easy. I remember in Scotland, but once again, I never hitchhike in the main roads, highways. It was just the small roads in the mountains or the small islands. It's pretty easy. I remember once an older lady, like a grandmother, stopped to give me a lift, and I asked her, like, why did you? May I ask you a question? Why did you stop? You are just a older woman, and I'm a really big guy. I remember I had like a very short hair, and she says, I've got 2 sons bigger than you, and I know that big guys means big heart, so I know that you are not dangerous. That's what she said. So I like hitchhiking in the small roads when there's not much traffic, and I remember when I was hitchhiking also in the south of Argentina, the region called Patagonia. It was like there's nothing. It's like a semi-desert. And it also was a very interesting place to hitchhike. Interesting, I've never hitchhiked in Iran, but I was told that in Iran, this is actually a bad sign. It's like the middle finger. So they hitchhike this way. But in Poland, when I was a kid, there was a lot of people hitchhiking. Now we don't really see people hitchhiking. I hitchhiked in Poland like a few months once when I was going down from the mountains, and I needed like a few kilometers, I don't know, 3, 5, 7 to get to the town so I can catch a bus. And and I was walking and hitchhiking, and after 10 minutes or so, someone stopped, lovely family, and they gave me the ride of like 5 kilometers.